That sounds like excuses that little kids give for getting into fights with each other. And then an hour or two later, they hug each other and they're best friends again. But you may not know that in the last 20 to 25 years, teenagers and other young adults have used the same excuses to justify bringing weapons into a school environment, simply to take revenge on somebody or a group of people that they feel have wronged them in some way. Most of us, I'm assuming, believe that there's never really any real justification for revenge. But since these incidents seem to keep on happening, whether it's for revenge or some other reason, I believe we should go back to the old saying that says, drastic actions sometimes call for drastic solutions. Therefore, I'm supporting the opinion today that we should install metal detectors in our schools because the safety of everyone in a school is more important than revenge, and the safety of everyone in a school is far more important than an individual's right to privacy. The first reason I believe we should install metal detectors in our schools is because the safety of everyone in that school environment is more important than revenge. Now, this incident happened before most of you were born, but you've probably heard about what happened in April of 1999 at Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado, when two teenage boys brought AK-47s, grenades, and other weapons to school one day in order to seek revenge against the jocks and other people whom they felt had bullied them. What ended up happening is that they killed 12 innocent students and teachers and then killed themselves. To bring it closer to home, about 20 years ago or so in Giles County here in Tennessee, a student at Richland High School brought a rifle to school one day, and he fully intended to kill his physical education teacher because that teacher had given him an F on his report card. What ended up happening is that he killed 2 or 3 other innocent students and teachers. And for all I know, he's still in prison to this day. Those senseless incidents are things that we shake our heads over. Because how can a person be that filled with rage to the extent that they would bring any kind of weapon into a school environment and endanger everybody else simply to take revenge? But I believe that if we had had metal detectors installed in those schools, we could have prevented those incidents and future incidents from ever occurring. Secondly, we should install metal detectors in our schools because the safety of everyone in the school is far more important than an individual's right to privacy. Now, the right to privacy is one of our most precious rights. And the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution guarantees against unreasonable searches and seizures of people's personal property. And even in a school situation, the law says that school administrators have to have reasonable cause in order to search a student's locker or backpack or other personal belongings. But if they do have reasonable cause, they have the freedom and the obligation to search that person's belongings in order to protect everybody else. Besides that, I have a firm belief that if anybody brings any kind of weapon into a school environment and endangers everybody in that environment, that person has forfeited their individual right to privacy. But we wouldn't even have to worry about the right to privacy if we had the technology in place that could have detected those weapons and could have prevented them from ever entering that school environment. So today I've supported the opinion that we should install metal detectors in our schools because the safety of everyone in the school is more important than revenge and more important than an individual's right to privacy. In 1996, then First Lady Hillary Clinton wrote a book called It Takes a Village. And even though I don't agree with all her conclusions in the book, I agree with her thesis that it does take everyone in a village or in a community to do whatever it takes, even if it costs a lot of money, to protect our children. Because after all, our children are and always will be our most important resource. Thank you very much.